La 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 la, la 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 la. Hello again, it's Amy with Ask a Christian. Last week you asked some questions about getting into Bible reading, and we did the first 5, which had more to do with the mental game, getting into the right mindset to understand and read the Bible. And today I want to give you a few more tips, a bit more practical on how to get started. So let's do that. Tip number 1, pick a Bible, any Bible. All versions are not created equal, and I did a little bit of a video segment on this when I first got this channel started, so I'll link that below. But what I want you to know is that the Bible that is most able to bless you is the Bible that you read most frequently. So even if it's a paraphrase to start with, or something with a little bit easier language, we're not necessarily doing a deep Bible study at this point. Of course, you can also read your Bible through your Kindle app or on your iPad or even online at BibleGateway.com or something like that. But it's been really nice for me to have physical copies of the Bible. I love being able to take notes or highlight or really kind of get involved and invested. And it's not something that everybody needs to do or wants to do, but having the option is nice. So if you're going to get a physical Bible and you don't have one already, I would recommend getting a wide margin or a journaling Bible so you can write to your heart's content. It's kind of fun going back a year or so later and seeing the same verses and seeing how you've grown or what you've learned from them all over again. Tip number 2 for Bible reading is to start somewhere. I would recommend that you start reading the stuff that you're interested in, and there's almost something for everybody in the Bible. Skip what doesn't make sense to you and don't feel bad about it at all. If you don't know where to start at all, please allow me to offer a suggestion. Since the Christian faith hinges on the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, and since the Gospels tell that story, I would suggest that you start in the Gospels, and more specifically, the book of John. John refers to himself as the disciple whom Jesus loved over and over again. So when you read John, you're going to get maybe a little bit more of an intimate account as well, which I really like. Never fear if you've already read through the Gospel of John, or if you're just plain interested in something else, because there are plenty of something else's. You'll find fascinating messages in all different types of genres. There's health, relationships, social issues, history, war, holidays, miracles, all kinds of things to pique your interest. I believe that you're going to be blessed no matter where you start reading in the Bible, especially if you're doing so with the heart intention on connecting with the God of the Bible. So I'm going to leave a link to a few topical Bible studies in the description section below. Number 3, collect some tools to assist you with your Bible reading and Bible study. Get yourself a good Bible commentary set, either an online app or a hard copy. You can pick up hard copies for just a few bucks if you're willing to get them used. I also highly recommend Logo software. It has dictionaries, commentaries, and daily Bible readings all rolled into one. It is invaluable for helping you understand what the original Greek, Hebrew, and Aramaic meant. It's got all those references, and there is even a free version, so I'll definitely link that for you. Another tool I love is the dramatized audio Bible. I listen to the King James Version, but there are a lot of more modern translations out there, and they're fascinating because of the dramatization and the switch in actor voices. You pick up things that you don't necessarily pick up when you're reading, so please check those out. I'll link a few different versions below. The last thing I'll recommend in this section is not necessarily a tool, although it has been a big help to me. That is to grab yourself a notebook. While the plain old composition or spiral bound notebooks totally work, I like to clasp mine up a little bit with one of those moleskins or a leather bound version. It's part of my ritual, and while I'm not really big on ritual, there's something nice about sitting down with a journal that you love. As you start reading the Bible, you're gonna have heaps of questions, observations, and you're even going to have some poignant moments. And so having a journal is important to be able to collect and record those for you to know how you've grown or for you to ask somebody in the future. Tip number 4, start light and then add a plate. There are people who spend lots of hours a day reading and studying the Bible, but that is not the norm, nor do I think it should be. Better than that, because that can be very discouraging in your spiritual walk. Better than that is to just pick a time and a place that suits you and be consistent. Start with just a few minutes a day and then work up if necessary. You are going to make better gains just by being consistent, by doing a few minutes every day than by setting high expectations that you can't or won't keep. Many people like reading their Bibles in the morning because it kind of sets their intention for the day, but that's not me. I'm not a morning person, and if you're not either, then don't sweat it. Don't feel pressured to do it when somebody else says it's right. Number 5, and our last tip of the day, is to get a study buddy. Now that might be a misnomer in this situation, because what I'm really hoping that you would do is to find an accountability partner, somebody else who's interested in reading along with you, and kind of do it alone together. This would be a benefit because you guys are both interacting with the Word on your own, but you can compare and contrast what you read and the thoughts that came out of it. And so you're not only providing support and accountability, but you're also learning and gaining perspective from each other. There you have it, friends and family, 5 tips for getting started. And if you combine those with the 5 tips from last week, you are now well on your way to becoming a Bible scholar. So if you are new to Bible reading, let me know what questions you still might have. And if you've been reading for a long time, please share in the comment section below what your favorite Bible reading tips are. Thank you so much for joining me today. As always, I'm wishing you joy and peace for your journey. I will see you back next week.